So when I was 2 going on 3 years old, I burned down my house and I was in Press Telegram newspaper, right? So how it happened is my mom used to go to bingo with my grandma. Well, I think that was maybe the first or second time or something like that. She didn't go very often, but she went to bingo with my grandma. And they left me there with my uncle David Moshel, right? So he was watching me, but he was on like steroids and stuff because he has rheumatoid arthritis, and it put him to sleep. So he was sleeping. I was in the Press Telegram for this. He was sleeping. I ended up thinking I was gonna make dog gravy. There, dog gravy is when they take the dog food, dry dog food, and they put water inside. I'm working at the same time. They put water into a pan, and then they boil the dry dog food, and it makes it soft. And then they put it with like meat and stuff like that, scraps from the table or whatever. So I thought I was gonna do that. Well, I ended up taking the dry dog food and putting it into a saucepan, and then I took what I thought was water from underneath the sink, and it was actually gasoline, and I put it into the saucepan, and I had set the saucepan on my lap, and I remember like it was yesterday, honestly. I put the saucepan on my lap to make it, or so that way I could put it into the pan, because I kept spilling it. I tried to put it on the pipe of the stove. It's like stove from the wall to the pipe. It was a gas pipe. I tried doing that, and it kept falling off and falling all over the place. So I spilled it a couple times, and I ended up putting it on my lap, and I spilled it on my lap too because the gasoline thing was too big, right? So I spilled it all over my lap too, and I took the dry dog food and I took the gasoline, which I thought was water, in a saucepan, and I was in the hospital for a year for this. So I took it and I put it on top of the stove, right? And as soon as I turned that stove on, kaboom! It blew up because that was gasoline. And I caught on fire. The floor caught on fire. Anything with gas on it caught on fire. I was trying to pat it out, so I got 3rd-degree burns on my hands and all the way down my legs. I wasn't supposed to have kids, but I got 9 kids, so that didn't count. But so I ran out of the kitchen on fire, like full-fledged on fire. My legs are on fire. My Uncle David woke up. He said, "Oh my God," he freaked out. Lucky he woke up and freaked out. He took his blanket and he threw it over me and rolled me out. Took me outside. The fireman came. They put out the fire. They took me to the hospital. I was in St. Mary's for a year. My grandma used to come and watch us scream and cry and cuss out the doctors because I was too young to get pain medicine, so because they couldn't give someone that age 2 going on 3 pain medicine, so I had to deal with it. They would put me in a big whirlpool, and they would take a cheese grater and they would scrape off all the dead skin that got burned. They would scrape off all that dead skin into a whirlpool jacuzzi, and then they would scrape off. They scraped off they cut off a bunch of skin off the side of my leg, and they stitched it back onto the parts that was burned. So I had 3rd-degree grafting on my legs from 3rd-degree burns, and I had spent a year in the hospital. I was in the Press Telegram newspaper, and they had told me that I barely made it, and there was a bunch of strangers that read the newspaper article, and they had brought me Christmas presents and all kinds of stuff. I ended up getting adopted by Cheryl and Mark and Kevin and all them. That was their kids, Kevin and Mark. But I got adopted after that. All right, that was the first time I was ever in a foster home. But yeah, that was tragic because even after I was like 19 or 18 or something like that, my aunt took me to Universal Studios, and they got that backdraft fire ride. Well, that motherfucker said, whoo, and when the fire started, I seen flashbacks, and I remember like it was yesterday, so I flipped the fuck out, and I started freaking out. My aunt took me out the back door. She's like, "You started seeing it again, huh?" I said, "Yeah." She's like, "Oh yeah, that's why I took you out there." That shit still fucks me up to this day. Sometimes I had nightmares about that shit. Still, I'll wake up and think I'm on fire. that was the craziest moment of my life. 2 going on 3 years old, got caught on fire, full-fledged fire, just running out, third-degree burns, in the hospital for a year, skin grafting. That shit was fucking horrible.